Welcome to One-on-One. It is my pleasure to introduce for the first time in One-on-One Dr. Lisa Tank, Chief of the Division of Geriatrics, Hackensack University Medical Center. Good to see you, Doctor.
Good to see you too, Steve.
I should tell folks, full disclosure, I've done some executive leadership and communication coaching at Hackensack, and I've talked to you in the past and worked with you.
Absolutely.
And one of the things I've learned when I talk to you about geriatrics is that there's some confusion about it. What is it?
I think geriatrics is, if you look at aging itself, it's such a multidisciplinary field. And what it does, it looks at the whole person. It looks at different things such as biology, psychology, sociology. And there are two different things actually to geriatrics. There's gerontology, that's the science of aging, and that really focuses on the mental, physical well-being, but it also looks at economics, it looks at public policies, and it puts a whole team together, an interdisciplinary team, and that's professionals who call them gerontologists. While geriatrics is about health, diseases, providing a comprehensive, patient-centered, well-coordinated care. And what these two do together is really promote well-being of aging population in their communities, in their families, through education, through research.
Doctor, let's talk, and again, in some of these conversations I have with you off air, I've been fascinated by, I've talked to you about the fact that, like millions of other Americans, my sisters and I deal with issues that our parents are dealing with. And I'm struck by how common it is. And we know what the issues our parents have. What are the most common issues, health-related issues, that older people are dealing with?
I think the most common issues initially, I think if you look at patients and their families, is to really first get rid of the misconceptions of aging.
What are they?
And I think the most common misconception is that chronological age means physical age, or things like if you get older, you're going to get frail.
It doesn't mean that?
It does not mean that. So our goal is...
We are not our age?
We are what we feel inside and what our mind is. So.
Hold on, I'm going to write this down. Are you saying that, I'm going to get this straight.
Yes.
Are you saying that, and play this out, someone who is 75,
right,
but in their head feels 64, whatever that means, because they exercise, and
right,
someone who is actually younger chronologically can feel and act much older.
Absolutely.
And therefore, quality of life.
Quality of life and your goals and your dreams. All the things that you set out to do are very related to your mental and physical well-being. So you have to think, believe, and work towards those things.
Devil's advocate. What about if someone says, well, that's great, doctor, but my attitude about aging is a product of my physical health, and if I'm experiencing arthritis, if I'm experiencing certain ailments that are slowing me down, I can't do these things, you want me to have a younger, positive attitude, I can't, because look at my condition, which is a product of age.
Absolutely. And those are the patients we work with, and we start way early on, and it's almost a philosophy like stitch in time. So yes, arthritis is going to come with the joints getting older, but there are things you can do to delay those, to keep those knees and joints nimble, such as different types of exercises. Thinking of always exercising in 4 formats.
Talk about that.
So one is endurance, really getting those lungs and your cardiovascular system moving, such as walking briskly or mowing the lawn or swimming. Second is flexibility, that keeps you limber. Just think about it. If you're flexible, you're going to be able to bend down, tie your shoelaces. Third is strengthening and resistance, that builds muscles, that protects your balance, gives you some strength, and that's going to help you, let's say, practically carry your groceries up the flight of stairs. And the fourth is balance, because balance is so important. It prevents falls.
How common are falls among people who are older?
It is very common. Actually, the CDC states that there'll be 30% of people over 70 and over sometimes having falls that lead to major injuries, especially head injuries, falls and fractures.
We had that in our family. It was stunning. It was, and it shouldn't have been stunning because it is so common.
Right.
Some of it's avoidable?
As I always tell my patients, there are some things that are under your control, so take control. Especially your environment within your home.
Yeah.
Keep it safe. Avoid loose rugs. Keep enough lighting. Have your grab bars. If you had a magic wand, keep everything on one floor. That would help.
Well, just stay on that without disclosing too much. In our home, one of the things we missed with a very important family member to us was when the fall happened, our family member did not have a bar because, going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, did not have the bar to grab, number one. And number two, on the corners of the end table, we did not put any of those rubber corners, and his head hit the corner, and then it was not good. We can control that.
Yes, we
Can't
can.
control whether he falls or not, but if in fact it happens, we can minimize the damage, right?
Absolutely. And as you said to the point, what can you control? Even things of why you would fall are controllable. So that's why it's so important to see a geriatrician who looks at all your medications. Most of the time when people get up too fast, all the blood pools down to your legs. And if you're on multiple medications, your blood pressure is going to drop and you are going to get lightheaded. So all these little factors usually tie in.
You've also told me before, and I want you to share this now, how important it is to stay socially active.
Absolutely. Socially active keeps that brain agile. So you have your physical health by exercise, but you have your mental health. Stimulating that brain by staying around people, your friends, people who have common interests. Laughing is a great way to keep young. And
What does that have to do with dealing with getting older in a better way?
I think if you look at humans in general, we are social. So staying isolated does what it does. It really slows down your brain synapses and the memory. It also affects your mood. When you are around people that bring you joy, or hobbies and interests that bring you joy, that's going to really trigger those synapses and also going to release your own hormones that keep you happy and motivated.
Since we're talking about the brain,
Yes.
one of the other obvious issues I have to bring up deals with Alzheimer's, dementia. By the way, which is which?
So Alzheimer's is a type of dementia.
Got it.
There are different types of dementia, and Alzheimer's is one of them. And as far as we know right now, it's related to inflammatory changes and plaques that get deposited in your brain.
No cure.
Right now, no cure, but the goal is the same way you prevent heart disease, you prevent strokes, control that blood pressure, control those sugars if you're diabetic, exercise, get that blood flowing.
What does that have to do with dealing with dementia?
What it does, it really still helps your brain to stay agile with memory, because really what dementia does, it slows your ability to learn new things. And the brain is very simple. You don't use it, you lose it. It's the same thing. If you have to practice things, so if you retire and now you do not have structure to your day, or you don't have any goals that are set, and you don't have a purpose, you do notice that there is slowing down of memory, there is slowing down of ability to learn new things. So these are very important things. Again, bring it back to keep that brain active, keep that body active by exercising, and set some goals.
You love what you do.
I love it.
You make a difference every day. Dr. Lisa Tank, Chief, Division of Geriatrics, Hackensack University Medical Center. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you so much for having me.
Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the Fidelco Group, Investors Bank, New Jersey Natural Gas, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, New Jersey Sharing Network, Verizon Communications, and by the New Jersey Education Association. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.